So guys, I'm going to be styling this wig, making use of just water. Right? I think I'll be turning my ring light so that I can see properly. So I'm going to be styling this hair, making use of just water and coil keeper. So for the meantime, I need to detangle first. This is what the hair currently look like. Oh, I need to detangle. I need to pin it first. So let's pin it using our pin. Okay. So what it looks like. Let me down because of course I'm not going to start styling hair without pinning the hair from of course. So I'll just bring it forward, take out every hair of the way, make sure to move out every hair of the way. Now this is the middle part, and then I'm going to be using this pin to just secure the hair. So you don't want to start styling when your hair is not secured yet on the mannequin. So you have to make sure that you secure your hair on the mannequin before you start styling. Okay? So you start styling in order for it not to pull out when you're combing. Now, the first thing you also want to do before going in with any product is to make sure that you've actually detangled the hair. Now, clearly, we can see that the hair is tangled, right? So we need to detangle the hair making use of our hairbrush. So we have to detangle the hair first and then we can now go in with our product. Okay. So and another thing I need to tell you is that always make sure to pin your hair that the pin is over your hair so that it doesn't start, you know, it doesn't start falling off when you start working on the unit. Now I'm going to be using my hot brush, hot comb rather, for my edges of the shirt. She doesn't want that lift. So then we're going to just let it fall flat, just like this. And then the next thing we want to do is to go in with our water and our hair mousse. Okay, our hair mousse and our coil keeper. So I already have my coil keeper. That I'm going to be showing you guys that coil keeper and what it looks like. But for the meantime, let's section this hair and then we detangle. Alright, you already know that I usually don't sit down, but today I'm so tired. I actually stood all day, in the kitchen. So I just said, you know what, just literally that I can't even comb through the hair. But we're going to start from the bottom and then we're going to go all the way up. So let me take this up now so that when we start combing, we can clearly see where the entire hair, starts and stops. So I'm going to start from the bottom and I'm going to walk my way up. So start from the bottom, walk your way off so that you don't encounter any stiffness. Okay? So you start from the bottom. This is a deep wave unit, as you can see, and it's a 30 inches deep wave unit. Although I charged her for a 22 inches, I know, and also Color Express. I also know that express fee, and just said, you know what, I'm going to waive out some of the express fee, not all totally. I'm going to leave out some, which I did. So we're going to start styling now. You can clearly see that the deep wave is not well defined. So hence the reason why when you just go in, it the brush just goes into the hair immediately. So initially, I was meant to just go in with my product and then just define the front of the hair. But I really don't think I'm going to do that because um I'm most likely not going to do that because of the power. So I really don't have power right now. So let's just go in with a pen. She sent this pen for us to work with on her other week. And on the other week, I'm going to be properly. Whatever we are going to quickly call them using like of course using power. So but for the meantime, let's just section this here and then detangle it. Alright. I'm supposed to actually pin this. I really don't know. Okay, I'm supposed to pin it on there. But let me just first of all section it and then I'm going to now start curling. So I'll section it and comb down and then I'll go in with my product. So I like to work with towel whenever I'm working on a unit. Just two, well, just like this. I think this is actually more. So let's say I go in with three because of course I'm working at the back, right? And sometimes the back of the hair has like more wear. So I'll just split it into two and then I'll fold it properly and then I'll pin it on top. Okay, so I'm going to pin it and then um, I start detangling. Alright, so let's just pin it and detangle. And then today feels really, really, really dull, like really, 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 really dull. I'm not gonna lie, feels so dull. Feels like Saturday. Of course, I know it's not Saturday, but it just feels like it's Saturday. So I'm gonna get my coil keeper as well. Can't really see from here. So let's just pin this as well. Let's get my coil keeper and then we're gonna start styling. Hopefully by the time we get to the front, we can actually get power to start sectioning the front part properly. I really don't like how I have to start working on the body of the hair before I now have to fix my closure. I don't like that at all. I like to work on my closure part first before working on the body of the hair. But if this is what's going to take, so let's just do it. Um, let's just do it. So I'll gonna get oh, I'm gonna get water and then I'm going to get my coil paper and then I'm gonna start styling this unit, of course. Okay. I really want to put something on the floor so I don't wet the floor. Uh, I really don't know what happened. So you guys stopped recommending my video, yeah? That's okay. We go again because it has become a norm for you guys. So I'll basically just do what I can and leave the rest. I'm never going to put in too much pressure anymore because it's gradually becoming tragic, honestly. Cold keeper, the push. I cold keeper. I need to get like a new plate. I don't know. Okay, I think I found it. Of the cold push. Yeah, and then as well. So basically, we're gonna be making use of two products, which is one is my hair glue, and then the other one is my coil keeper. Okay, so I broke this. I don't know how I'm gonna fix it, but I have to try and fix it. Okay, I think I should just take this out and then fix it. Yeah, so difficult, more difficult than I thought. Mm, Look at that coil. I usually just applied my coil keeper alone. You can clearly see how the coils came out. And this so-called coil keeper is yet to properly form. So you make sure there's no flyaways on the hair. Alright? Make sure there's no flyaways on the hair while you're washing. Already we've applied our coil keeper, so we're going to just detangle all the way down. So you start from the bottom and you work your way to the top. Alright? So you don't damage your hair, of course. So it's always advisable you start from the bottom and you work your way up. Okay? Just like that. Just like that. Let me bring more what's going on the two are done styling. Alright. So just like that, I'm gonna just separate this two and then I'll now braid it. Now if you pay attention, you realize that this hair is not actually it doesn't hold down curls. So there are so many methods how you can actually um you know redefine your curls or rather revive your curls, right? But then we're using this method on this unit because it actually does not have any curls. Literally, you can see how straight it is, even though we've applied our coil keeper, it's still very straight. So we're gonna braid it instead of just styling it and letting it be like that. Alright, I think I need to get like my small tail comb so that I can actually. So when you're braiding, make sure that your braid is really, really tight, like really, really, really tight, so that you don't have to um, achieve a loose coil at the end of the day. Make sure your braid is really tight and make sure that they are equal. Okay, make sure it's tight and make sure they are equal, so you don't have to go over it again. Alright, so just like that, just like that, just like that, you braid. So is either you choose the braiding method, because this braiding method is for those stubborn hair, curly hair that like when you're done, they just lose for no reason, right? So that is where your braiding now comes in. That's where your braiding now comes in. So you just physically braid and make sure it's very, very tight. If it's not tight, trust me, your curl is going to come out looking different and rough. Alright, so just like that, you braid, and you're going to leave it out on the sun for about 3 days to dry properly. So from today tomorrow, so I'm going to leave this on the sun until like say Friday evening. That's because it's an express job and my client is actually in a hurry. But if not, I'm supposed to leave it till like Saturday and then I'll just take it out. Okay, just take it out. But in this case, I have to leave it longer. So just like that, should be really, really tight. So I'm going to take another section, but this time I'm going to be working with like four wefts at the top. Okay, it has to be four so that it gives it this volume, right? It gives it this volume. It has to be four. So at the back, I'll just braid it as well. Make sure that your braids are equal. Whatever you do, make sure that your braids are equal. And make sure to always brush them on intervals so that they don't, you know, um, they don't go out of line, right? So you just basically just like that. Okay, just like that. I applied some products before I started braiding, so it's not just water. There's coil keeper, there's water, there's hair mousse, alright? And then how you braid also matters as well. Make sure that your braids are tight and make sure to comb on interval. Okay. When you notice that the hair is actually tangling, or when you notice that it's going out of line as to how you wanted it, you can actually brush it out. Alright. Make sure that your braids are really tight. Make sure that your braids are really tight. And if you feel like they are no longer equal, you can actually just take it out and just add it up. Like take a section from the previous strand or this one of this part and just add up. It's not going to cost anything. And make sure your braids are really tight. So going forward, I'm going to get more chunky braids than what I have now so that it stays very well. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I really don't know because this liquid that I'm using, I'm not sure if it's working. So if you can hear me, let me know in the comment that you can hear me. So far, we've successfully braided this hair. Please let me know if you can hear me. Successfully braided this hair all the way to the tip. Always make sure to finish your hair at the tip. Like make sure of that so that when you're taking it out, it's equal. Okay. So just like that, we braided this too. So we're gonna go ahead now. At this point, we're no longer taking two, we're taking four wefts so that we'll be able to section them properly. Okay, so take four. One, two, three, four. So it's thicker. So the thicker the braid, the more defined it is. Thicker the braid, the more defined it is. So just like this. sleep. I was able to rest, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to rest at least. So we're going to call this unit now. I'll apply the product and I'm going to show you how and what type of product that I applied and how to bring back these braids, this coil to life. This is actually a coily wig, but you can clearly see that the coils are no longer alive. The coils are dead. So I want to revive that coil now. So I'm going to be braiding it instead. Okay, so let me just make use of the product. So firstly, you want to go in and detangle the hair all the way from the bottom to the top. You can see that the curls are no longer given. So we comb all the way from the bottom to the top. I think I missed this part. So I actually took like three to four strand, four wefts that we're working on. So we're going to be braiding it. So when you braid it, the curls are more firm because um you're gonna and you're also going to apply your hair more. So when you're braiding, it's going to be really, really tight so that when you're taking it out, it's more firm, right? So we comb. You can see that my hairbrush is going in smoothly, right? So you first of all detangle and make sure that whatever comb that you're using goes in smoothly and make sure to take out any strands that are left off the way. So now we're going to apply water first. So apply water and then this is just water by the way. So we're going to spray our water and then the next thing we want to do is to go in with our coil keeper and our hair mousse. Defining a coily wig is not that difficult if you know the right tools to use and the right technique to make use of. So we spray. I also have like a bouncy hair that I'm going to be styling as well and I'm going to be using heat on it. So I'm going to show you how to properly style your bouncy wig using heat. I already did like a detailed tutorial on how to style your bouncy wig without heat. So I'm going to do a detailed one using heat. So you spray. Now the hair is properly drenched with water as you can see. So we're going to go in with our hairbrush and we brush all the way down. Now for a proper hair that hasn't lost its curls, you will notice that as soon as we apply the water, it will start curling back. But these curls are not much because it has already lost its curls, right? So you just basically brush it down. Make sure to drink it with water. If you own a coily hair, you know that coily hair and water are usually friends most of the time. So you comb and then you're going to now apply your coil keeper and I think I need to add more water. So if you feel the need to add more water, please go ahead and add more water. I add more water and then I go in with my coil keeper. This is the coil keeper that I use, the Lua Days coil keeper. And if you own a coily wig, this coil keeper should be like your go-to. Like you shouldn't joke with it at all. This is what it looks like when it brought out of the bottle. Okay, it looks really whitish and sticky. So you're going to just apply it on the hair. Now, like I said earlier, if the hair we're working on had like it curls on, you're going to see that as soon as you apply your coil keeper or your hair mousse or whatever, the curls are going to start coming back together. For these curls on this hair is actually, you know, has actually gone. So we're basically trying to revive it and see how straight it's looking because the coils are dead. So we're just going to apply our water, and all this product I've applied. Now the next thing is to go in with our hair mousse. This is the hair mousse that I use, the ultra set. So you just do this basically, and then you're gonna apply it on the hair properly. Okay, massage it gently into the hair, and then the next thing you want to do is to go in with your comb. Now, anytime for each time you apply a product on your hair, always make sure to go in with your hairbrush so that that product can actually sink into the hair properly. Now, the next thing we want to do now is to braid because we're going to braid this unit, okay, to bring back that curl. I had earlier on braided the back of the hair, which is this. Okay, so it's looking really tiny. I'm most likely going to turn it into one braid, but right now we're going to divide this into two equal parts. Okay, just like this. And we're going to take the other section out of the way so that it doesn't come in the way. Now we're going to use our pin to just take it out of the way. I think I had a size to do. So this is the pin that I make use of. So you just use it and take out the section that you're not working on yet. Now you're going to now comb this section that you want to start working on, and this section actually needs more coil keeper. So we just apply more coil keeper. Trust me, by the time we're unraveling this hair, you're going to clearly see the difference from now. Alright, so if you have a curly hair, this is your cue to watch the video to the end to know how to properly style your curly hair. And for this part is actually very, 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 very important. There's no skipping this part. Now you pay attention to how straight this is, right? So now we're gonna divide it into three sections. Alright, one and two. So this is one, this is two, and this is three. Now I'm gonna start braiding. Okay, so you go in like this. Make sure that your braids are really tight. Alright, make sure your braids are really tight. It's actually slippery because of the product that was actually applied, but make sure to find your way and make the braids really, really tight. And when you weave to a certain point, you're gonna have to use your brush to just detangle, alright, so that your curls don't come out looking really rough. So now you're gonna braid just like this. Braid it, braid it. Make sure your braids are tight. Like I said, this is actually very slippery, and I really don't I made because of the product that I used. I made use of the coil keeper. So when you use your coil keeper, your hair is most likely going to be really, really slippery. So you have to be gentle and take your time. Now you pay attention to how chunky the braids are. It's really, really chunky. So that when you're taking down your curls, it's going to come out that way, looking really tight, looking really chunky, and looking really beautiful. Now, when unraveling your curls, you need to make use of your hair serum. Okay, you need to make use of your hair serum. Now, when you make use of your hair serum, you're going to see how the volume of that hair is going to come out because the hair serum is meant to like defreeze the hair. If there's any word as that, it's meant to like make the hair less frizzy. Now, I'm going to braid this and I'll show you guys what my braid looks like. You can see how I'm struggling because I really want it to be really, really, really tight. Okay, so let's continue until we get to the end part of the hair. Now you're gonna braid all the way down. Make sure to braid all the way down. And if you feel like you're losing some curls or you're losing some strands, because when braiding you actually need like about three strands, like three waves three, or I don't know how to explain, but you're most likely going to have to split your hair into three sections and then you now start, braiding the hair. So make sure that it's really, really tight. Okay, so far this is what we have. So I'm going to continue until I've successfully braided the hair all the way down. Alright, and still on the same consistency. Make sure that the hair is really, 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 really tight. Okay, so make sure the hair is really tight. Alright, now when you're done braiding, you're just going to let it, fall, and then I'm going to show you what I mean. And then the next thing you want to do is to take another section and work with. Remember when we started working on this hair, we had like um two sections, right? So that is what you want to do at the end of the day. So we successfully braided this hair to this point, right? Just like that. So now we're going to take another section. Now this is what I'm talking about. Look at that braid. Okay, so we're going to take this other section and then we're going to now braid. Make sure your braids are deep chunky because if they are not, you're going to have a different result than mine. Okay, So you comb, make sure to detangle because that part is very important, cannot be overemphasized. Okay, so you comb and you're gonna split it into three like we initially did on the first one. So take out one just like this, take out another one just like this, and the next thing you're gonna do is to start, braiding. You already know how to braid, but if you do not know how to braid, let me know in the comment section and I'll show you how to properly braid. Okay, please guys, let's like the stream, give the stream a thumbs up. So basically, just like this, you're gonna braid, braid, and if you feel the need to comb out, please do that. It's utmost urgency. Do that. You comb out because you do not want your braids to come out a certain type of way, right? You want it to be equal. So you're gonna keep braiding. Now, when taking another section, make sure that your section is actually the same as the first section. Okay, I know at this point it was just tiny, and that was just me testing the weight of the hair. But since I've tried the weight of the hair, and then I realized that the weight of the hair is actually um, very tiny, so I had to increase the what's it called? I have to increase the sections of the hair that I'm taking, right? So I'm going to continue that until I've successfully styled the hair. It's meant to be a coily wig, okay? So this is how you revive your coily wig. No matter how dead that coil is, trust me, when you apply these two products, your coil is definitely going to come back. And make sure to leave it out on the sun to dry properly. When you don't leave it out on the sun to dry properly, trust me, you're going to encounter maybe when you, not like it's a bad thing, but when it doesn't dry properly, your colors are most likely not going to last. But when it dries properly, you're going to see the difference. You're most likely going to wear it for more than 1 or 2 months before having to coil it back. So if you want to know how to achieve that long lasting curls on your pixie curl hair, you can actually do this on your pixie curl wig, on your deep wave wig. You can turn that bouncy wig. You don't have to like, be vast about your wig. You don't have to wear the same. Okay, so you got a bouncy wig and you're wearing that wig. If you're styling that wig as a bouncy wig for the longest, when you can actually style it as a deep wave unit, you can actually style it as anything you want to style it as. But then you're limiting that wig to a deep wave because when you got it as a deep wave, or when you got it, you got it as a bouncy wig, right? It is not meant to be that way, baby. You can actually be vast about your hair. So I can style a, I can actually style a bouncy unit as a straight hair. I can style it as a deep wave unit, and I can also style it as a curly unit. So it depends on what you want to use that hair for. You don't have to buy a separate coily hair because you want to you know wear a coily wig. Okay, so if you know how to style your hair, it's actually very easy for you to just be vast about your wig. You can do anything to that wig, and then it still looks really beautiful. It's just simple tools, just like what I'm using. Okay, now you can clearly see that I really do not use heat on this. I basically just need use of good product on the hair, which of course I'm going to be repeating the process so that you see how I achieved it. Okay, so you see how I achieved it. So just like that, we're taking four wefts. So working with four wefts because we want it to be as thick as possible. So we'll just take out four wefts like this. Four wefts. I'm going to show you what a weft looks like if you do not know what it means. So this is basically your weft. Your weft is the bottom of the hair, just here. That's what your weft is. So I took out four wefts and yeah, that's what I'm working with because I really want the hair to be very, 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 very thick. Okay, so that's why I took out four wefts. So Now after sectioning your hair, make sure to pin it because you want to get rid of any flyaways coming in the way of your styling. Alright, so please guys, let's like the stream, give the stream a thumbs up guys. So just like that, we're going to take the section that we're not working on out of the way to avoid any further disturbance, and this is what we have currently. So the first thing we want to do is to go in with our hairbrush. This is the basic hairbrush. I'm sure a lot of you already have this hairbrush. So you just want to brush to detangle the hair. You can clearly see that the curls of this hair are gradually fading out. So if you do not do something about it now, it's most likely going to fade out completely. Alright, so just like that, a comb, and the next thing we want to do is to go in with water. Alright, this is just water. As you can see, it's crystal clear, there's no product in it. So you spray, spray, spray. Make sure to spray a generous amount. I mean, it's just water, it's not like you're shopping for it. So just spray. You can make use of any water, your bathing water, whatever water, so long as it's just water. So you spray, spray, spray. Alright, spray, spray, spray. And the next thing you want to do is to go in with your coil keeper. Alright, I'm going to show you guys the coil keeper that I make use of. So you can actually get it or you get something similar. So there are two type of coil keepers that I use. I either use the Hawaiian silky, of course. That used to be like my first love until I discovered this other coil keeper. Guys, trust me, when you make use of this coil keeper, your hair is going to last. Like your coils are going to last long. You're not going to be like, are these coils not going to fall? Like I'm tired. But then you're going to still have to make use of it. So now we've applied our water and you see how the hair is. Now if this coil wasn't going um falling off or it wasn't like dead, we're going to see how the coils are going to like just pop as soon as we apply water. But then the coils are gone, and hence the reason why we're making this video. So we need to revive the coils. Now, the next thing we want to do is to go in the coil keeper. This is the lower day. Is it lower day? I don't know how to pronounce it too. But this is the coil keeper that we're using. So you just pour two puffs. This is how it looks like when you bring it out of the can. So just like that. So you apply it on your palm. Look at that. You apply it on your palm and you just apply it on the hair, the part of the hair that you want to work on. Apply a generous amount all the way down. And the next thing you want to do now is to comb. Alright. You can make use of your octopus brush or you use your normal basic brush. So you're going to comb so that the product that you've applied will sink into the hair. Okay. So you comb gently. You comb all the way down gently. You comb from the tip, okay, all the way to the bottom, okay, from the top rather, all the way to the tip, from the top all the way to the tip. Make sure your product gets to the top because you want every part of this hair to be really coily, okay. So you comb both front and back. Now after that is done, the next thing you want to do is to make sure that you find the middle part of the hair and just split the hair into three, right? So you take a little section like this, and then the next section you're going to be working on is this. Now you're going to use your pen, this pin. I've already asked you guys to go get this pin because they're going to be working with this pin almost on all the hairs that you will be styling. So use this pin, take the hair out of the way. Now we're focused on this part of the hair, right? So we're going to comb, and the next thing we want to apply is our hair mousse, right? To give it a firmness. So we need this, okay? We need this, and just apply from the tip or from the top all the way to the tip. Okay, look at that. So now you're going to now divide this hair into three, just like this, three sections, okay? And you can now start braiding. Make sure that your braid is really, 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 really tight. Cannot be overemphasized on really, really tight, because I know what you want to achieve, right? You want to achieve a very um, tight coil. So you make sure that it's really, really tight. Okay, make sure it's really, really tight, just like this. Really, really tight. You can be slow if you want. You might, it's not compulsory that you go at the pace that I'm going. Okay, so just like that, properly braid and braid properly. Okay, now you braid, braid, braid all the way. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so you braid. Now you're gonna leave this under the sun for about 3 days. Okay, but then if there's no sun, you're most likely going to leave it indoors for about that same time. Alright, so you leave it, and then when you're taking it out, you're going to have to apply your hair serum. Depends on the hair serum that you like to use. I personally like to make use of the lower base product, because that product is actually very good. They make sure to put in their oil when making either of their either the hair serum or um the coil keeper, or this is actually a very good brand, to be very honest. I really hope I'm pronouncing the name very well. So just like that, you're going to braid all the way down until we've completed the entire thing. Now we're also going to apply our core keeper at the tip when we're done, because you do not want to have this rough tip by the time you're done. And when you're taking down the braids, make sure to take them down carefully. Okay, always make sure that you take them down carefully. So we're not going to take it down now because the hair is still wet. So after it's dried, that's when after it has dried, that's when we're going to come back and take down the coil. By then you're going to see how stiff and how strong the each of these braids are going to be looking. That's when you know that, oh, okay, this hair is actually dried, it's properly dried. Do you get? So yeah, but for now, this is what we have. So this is how thick you want your braid to be, so that you achieve a very long lasting curl. Okay, so we're at the middle now. We're gonna start braiding the middle as well. Make sure to take out any strands that's on the way, because of course you do not want any strands on the way. So when you're losing the braids, when you're taking down the braids, there's no obstruction and it's not going to like go south. Do you get? So we're going to go ahead and just basically braid this part. Of course, you're going to apply your hair mousse and maybe water if need be. So this is the hair mousse that I make use of. This is the ultra set hair mousse. So you just apply it a little, just like so, and you go in and make sure to comb the hair so that the product that you just applied will sink into the hair properly. So you comb for each time you apply your product. Maybe I skip, but for each time you apply your product, always make sure to comb the hair. Okay, always make sure of that, so that the product you've applied would actually sink into the hair and give you a better result. Alright, so now at this point, we're going to split the hair into three equal parts, just like I've done. This is one, this is two, and this is three. So now you're going to now braid. Now, when braiding, it cannot be overemphasized, please. Always make sure that your braids are very, very tight. Alright, make sure that your braids are very tight. Okay, you might not be looking it right now, but by the time you're taking the braids down and it's not tight, you're going to have a loose wavy. Okay, but then you do not want a loose wavy. You really want it to be tight, so that when the coils start coming down or when the coils start losing, we know that, oh, okay, it's turning into like a wavy hair, right? So that's what we basically want. So when you get to a certain level and you see that the hair is no longer is beginning to tangle around this area, you almost like going to have to use your comb and comb out, okay? Just like that. Make sure that your braids are really, really tight, okay? Make sure they are really tight. Make sure they are really tight. Because whatever you do now, you're gonna see the end result when you're taking down the braids, okay? You're gonna see the end result when taking down the braids. So let's just continue just like that. And when you've gotten to the end, you almost like going to leave it because you can't braid anymore. So when you get to the point where you can no longer braid, you just leave it that way. Okay? So we just basically braid all the way down. I still have like a bouncy unit that I want to style. Hopefully they bring back my life on time. So I'm going to style a bouncy unit. This is a deep wave unit. That's the reason why we're trying to like make sure we revive the curls properly. So for a bouncy unit, it's actually more like you need heat or you need sun. Either way, even if you're not making direct power source to like curl the hair, you're still going to have to need heat, even if they say it's heatless curls, because you're going to take it out on the sun, right? So just like that, you successfully braided your hair. Now this is what we have. This is the curls, the hair that we have so far. So this is what is going to give us that beautiful curl. Okay. Of course, we need it really tight because of the type of curls that we want to achieve. All right. So look at that. So we're gonna go ahead and just repeat this process on this hair, on all the hairs. You can now decide to say, okay, you know what, we're done. So let's just take a little hair mousse again. Now this hair mousse is strictly for a more firm hold, right? So you don't have to apply too much because when you apply too much, it just makes the hair very, very crispy. That's the word. Very crunchy or frozen. Either way. So you just comb and make sure that the product sinks into the hair and you split the hair itself into three equal parts, just like that. And just like that. Split it into three equal parts and then you braid. I cannot overemphasize how much your braid should be really tight. Like it should be really, really tight, as tight as it can be. And I'm not saying you should do this. No, there's a way you twist your hand and then you know that, oh, my braid is tight at this point. Do you get? So just like that, so you can see guys, let's like the string, like the string, please. So basically, going to braid all the way. By the way, my call keeper got all the way to the tip, and when I approached this part, I noticed that it was really, 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 there's a lot on this on the tip of the hair, but that's not a problem because it's actually bush like this way at the tip of the hair. Just like this. When you take down this, trust me, you're not going to believe that this was like the exact hair that we just styled. So when you take it down after 48 to 72 hours basically, and then we take it down. Okay, if you follow this tutorial step by step, trust me, you're going to style your curly hair like a pro. Like I'm not even joking. You're going to style your hair like a professional. Okay, these are like the courses that I'm supposed to learn online, but then I decided that I want to give you guys for free. And a lot of you don't appreciate it. You don't even as much as like the video. You don't. That is not nice at all. So I think they just go back or didn't I hear correctly? I just thought they got it back. Or better still they taking it again. Okay, maybe they didn't bring it. Maybe it was my ear. Anyway, for what it was, I'm just going to continue styling this hair. And once I'm back, once there's power, I can now style the bouncy hair and I'll show you. Especially using your coiler. Using your coiler is difficult. I've seen where a lot of people complain about using their coilers to coil their bouncy wig and that they have always encountered challenges. So I'm going to be showing you how to properly use your coiler the right way. Okay, how to use your coiler the right way so you don't encounter either of these challenges. Alright, so yeah, we are close to the top now, or rather, we are already at the top of the hair. So you need to pay attention because we're going to be defining our closure. And I'm sure you want to you might successfully style your closure is not properly styled. You're actually missing it because your closure is actually like the first place anyone sees before they even see like your the actual body of the hair. So you just your closure properly, okay? That's the beauty of closure area cannot be overemphasized. It depends on how you want to style it. Largely depends on how you want to style, how you choose to style it. So some people like seeing lift in front, while some people don't. So for this client, where she doesn't want any lift at all, that I should just style it the way it is. I said, okay, that's it's doable. So we're gonna do it for her like that. So now we took another portion of this hair. So for those of you that didn't see how we started braiding, braiding, we've actually applied product and water before we started braiding. So we're gonna repeat the process again so that for those of you that weren't here that didn't see it, you're going to have like a clear view and know how to properly style your hair. Okay, so just like that. Now after combing out, the first thing you want to do is apply your water. As you can see, mine is crystal clear. You just apply, there's no product in it, just water. Apply, I make sure to take out any strands of the wig. Okay, so you just apply, apply, apply. Okay, apply a generous amount of water. Coily hair is like water a lot. So your makeup is going to be applying enough. Hi, Jordan. How are you doing, darling? Thank you for joining. Hope you're having a good evening. Is it evening where you are? Or is it afternoon? What day is it? What time of the day is it? So now you're going to comb gently all the way down. Okay? You comb gently. You cannot be rude on my stream. You can't be rude. If that's your own way of wanting response, you cannot be rude. I usually respond to anybody. It wasn't be rude for me to respond to you. Okay? Because right now you're clearly being rude. So you comb and then you go in with your coil keeper, right? Just like this. You go in. Ouch. Okay. You go and you in between your palm. This is what it looks like. Just like that. And you just apply it on the hair basically. I really don't know why I didn't take more, but anyways, let's go. We're gonna achieve the same result. So let me take more of this and then just apply. Okay. So apply all the way down. This is the lower disc coil keeper. This coil keeper is actually a lifesaver. If you own a coily wig or you intend to own a coily wig, you should actually get the product. Alright. So just like that. And then the next thing I want to do now is to comb all the way from the top to it, from the top to the skin. Take the other part also, repeat the same process from the top to the tip. Okay, from the top to the tip. Remember, if you feel like you're struggling, you can always come down, and then you go back to the top. Okay, like that. Now, the next thing you want to do, make sure that whatever it is or however it is you split this hair, you split it into three sections. Okay, so you can braid properly. So I'm going to take the first section, which is here. Yeah, this is it. This is the first section. Apply my hair mousse. Okay, shake that. We apply uh, all the way down. Now the next thing we want to do is to comb. Remember I said whenever it is you apply any product on your hair, always make sure to comb out. Alright, so just like so that the product will okay. So now we're going to divide the hair into three equal sections, and then you're going to now braid. Alright, you're going to now braid it like that. Make sure your braids are very, very tight. Make sure a very tight, um, a very tight wavy style. Not like loose wavy, but tight wavy. By the time you're done, when you take down the braid, so you're going to tie it very well. What's it called? The extremes are really tight, looking like a wig, right? That's what you want to achieve. So you want to make sure this is really tight, really, really tight. So when you get to the part like, oh my god, this hair is actually not giving, so you just comb it again and you continue. Comb it again and you continue. Comb and you continue braiding. Make sure that your braids are so tight, literally, like they should be tight. See how I'm making my hand to do and start forcing it. No, just a little like this, and your braids will be really tight. Alright, just like that. Really, really tight. I'm also going to be styling a bouncing in it. So it's calm. This is how far I've come. The braids are so shiny, trust me. They're so, so shiny. They might not see it from this, but it's actually really shiny. So you take a section. Make sure that the sections that you're working with are actually equal. Okay, so you don't have to like um achieve a different result from the other one. You really do not want any over at the moment. So you just brush, you go in with your hair net, shake, 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 and just apply a generous amount, just like that. Apply, apply, and you comb. Now you're going to take the hair just like that, split it into three equal parts, and then now you can now go in and braid and make sure that your braids are super, 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 super tight, just like that. Make sure your cream is super tight, just like that, really tight. So when you feel like it's no longer the range, you just comb and you continue braiding. Once achieve, okay, so just like that, we're gonna continue. And mind you, we're rounding up with this process. So the next step is to do the finishing touch, and we're good to go. Okay. So painful right now. My hands, my fingers are literally paining me. So just like that, just braid, braid, braid all the way down. So at this point, if one of the braids is no longer, one of the section is no longer giving, you can now take a bit and add it up and just continue. And just continue until you're done. Okay. So yeah, this is what we have currently. This is what we have. So let's braid the next section. Apply our hair mask, a generous amount, an adequate amount, just like that on the hair, and then we braid. If you're braiding like a regular hair, you do not have to apply. You know how when you're making like your combo, you don't have to like apply product because it's actually your natural hair. That's the difference. It's actually your natural hair. Yeah. So, but for this one, you have to. We section it into three and braid, 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 braid. But the people should just fit in and bring this power so that I can finish this lady's job. You should just fit in and bring it. But finish this lady's job. She actually paid for effort. I really don't want to hold her job. And this is like the one that is really, really difficult. That will take more um time. That will take more time. So I need to properly, you know, style it first. Then the other ones are mostly coily wig. But regardless, coiling wig also take time because you need all the time you can get to properly coil the wig using your coiling iron. You need patience, you need products, you need the right technique as well. So approximately, I spend approximately 2 hours roughly on any hair I'm styling, just styling, not Revamping exclusive of revamping, just styling. I spend more time because I need to like take my time and work on the hair properly. I don't just go in and style, observe the hair and know what works with that hair before I start styling. You get just myself. So successfully styled your deep wave unit is actually not that difficult. So we're at the top part now, which happens to be more like the challenging part of the hair. Or it's not going to be challenging because of course we got it, right? So hi, is that Fifi? Fifi Monto, how you doing, darling? Thank you for joining my stream. Please do well to give the stream a thumbs up. So yeah, we've braided the hair to this point, and this is what we have, right? So now we're at the closure area. This part actually requires a lot of attention. If you've been working with hairs, you know that the closure area always requires more and more attention. Okay, so I'm going to just split the hair in two equal parts. And I need to get like my tail comb to properly define the hair properly. So let me go get it and I'll be back. So you guys are not even telling me if you're hearing me or not. You need that you're clearly hearing me. So this is the middle part of the hair. I want to make sure that it's really, really clear. It's really clear. So now the next thing I want to do now is to split this hair like this. This is this. Okay, just like that. And this part is going to go all the way back while this part comes to the front. So yeah, just like this, we're going to comb and style. So start from the bottom and we comb all the way up. I think I need to make use of the other hairbrush. Right, so we comb and that's it. Comb. Now I want to make use of my tail comb to properly detangle the hair. So just like so, we comb. Make sure to comb all the way to the tip so that you don't encounter any difficulty when Finally taking down the hair. Alright, so just like that, you comb softly all the way to the tip. Now you're going to spray water on the hair and then you continue. You spray just water. All the way. Now you're going to comb. Alright, see how that water is dripping on my body? So just like that, you comb properly. I'm also going to make use of the tail comb at this point because you want it to be as flat as possible. Yeah. So we're gonna comb, and then the next thing we want to do is to go in with coil keeper, right? I've almost finished this coil keeper, I'm not gonna lie. So because of how the result it gives me always comes out really nice every single time. So you basically apply it on your palm and you just apply it on the area that needs the coil. Remember, the top of the hair doesn't need as much coil as the body. Okay, so you apply that. You also apply your hair mousse to make it because while the front and anything that's going to make the coil bend or anything at all is going to be at the front. Alright, going to mostly be at the front. So you just apply, okay, apply. We're gonna comb it so it's not like it's going to be any challenge. So apply and then we comb so that whatever it is applied will sink in just like that. And the next thing we want to do is to go in with our braid. So we take the section that we want to work with and basically just braid all the way, braid all the way, and make sure that our braid is really, really tight. Alright, make sure that your braid is really tight, just like that. So when you're taking out the braid, you do not encounter any issues of loose weave, stuff like that. So make sure it's really, really tight. So all the way down the braid. I'm also going to be braiding the back of the hair. So now at this point, when doing my finishing touch, it's mostly going to just be very, very simple. Alright, it's just like that. I'm successfully braided it here. So I still have one more part in front to braid and we're done. front part is actually the beauty of the hair, so it needs more attention compared to every other part of the hair. Guys, I really can't wait to show you guys how the outcome of this hair is, what we've achieved. Like look at the front, look at the front, look at that how flat it is. So I'm gonna focus on this part now before moving straight to the back. Alright, so just like this. So like I said, I'm going to be styling a curly wig, a bouncy wig rather. So if you want to see what that looks like, please stay tuned. You're going to see that. I'm going to do like a more detailed tutorial on that and how to coil your bouncy wig using your coiling wand. Alright, I know that at this point a lot of us already know how to properly like style deep wave unit. Alright, because you need to be really really careful, like really careful, so that you can achieve the best result, best possible result. So I'm just gonna go in with my water as usual. Spray, spray a generous amount, and then the next thing I wanna go in with is my comb. Like I said, each time you apply anything on the hair, always be sure to go in with your comb so that you to ensure that the product or whatever you're applying actually sinks in properly to the hair. So just like this. Now I'm going to apply our coil keeper just like that. Just one puff because of course the strand is not much. So just one puff here. Let me clean that. Let me start from here. Now I'm going to apply going in my comb to ensure that the hair is really flat. Okay, go in just like that because she doesn't want the actual regular lift that everybody does in front of their hair. So I'm not going to apply that. I'm not going to do that for her. She always complains about it. So since we're in front, let's apply as much hair mask as we can so that the curls are going to come out really firm. Okay, so now that that is done, we're going to go in with our comb again. Remember I said whenever I see you apply your product, make sure to always comb out so that the product sinks in properly. Alright, so just like that. Now I take the section 3 of curl that you want to work with, 3 equal parts that you want to work with, and yeah, just like that. You're going to now start braiding. Be sure to be careful with the closure area so you don't scatter whatever it is that you have going on there. You have to be really careful. So you at least you braid like two loose end and then you now start making it really tight when you actually come out of the closure area. Okay, so just like that. You're going to make sure that your braid is really, really tight. You have to bring back the light. Now I can't actually do much. I'll just braid this, and when I'm done, I'll just let it dry properly. My eye is giving me issue. I can't really see from afar, so I have to come really close to see. So this is what the front looks like. So let me just round up with the back of the hair. We give it up for the back of the dress. Give it up for the back of the hair. So let me finish with the back of the hair. Okay, Jesus. Money. Think I stand up to see. Okay, this is proper. Now I'm going to now apply water. Of course, apply water, 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 water. Spray, 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 turn around and around. Spray all the way, and then go in with coil keeper. Just one puff is enough, because it's just after look at how sticky that is. It's very sticky. Very, 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 very sticky. So I'm gonna apply it here. This is like the last braid. You know when you're making your hair and you see it's the last braid, you know that relief that you instantly just get, and you're like, I'm gonna get off this stitch anyway. So yeah, that's the relief that I have now. Although I enjoy styling and I really wish I can style more hair. I have my decoys in it that I also would want to style, but I like my edges laid properly and not the way this client actually wants hers. She actually wants hers not to be laid. She just wants the edges to just be there. So now, if you're wondering what I did, I just went in with my hair more, and then I'm gonna comb, 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 make sure that everything is flat, properly laid, right? Now, I'm going to now split into three, just like we've been doing, split into three purples, and then I'm going to braid, okay? Let me stand up for this, because I really need to feel how this part is going to be like. Okay, now I can now braid. Now braid properly and make sure that braid is really really tight. If the braid is tight, your coil is going to come out really nice when you're losing it. So look at that. They are all looking very tight, of course. So just like that. Now I'm gonna comb this part because it's beginning to tangle. You know how curly hair and tangling are just best of friends. So just like that. I'm actually thinking of doing like a promo ad for my Instagram page, which of course I'm going to do. Not like I'm thinking about it. So say next week I'm going to start. Next is actually like a perfect time to start doing like a promo ad because it's almost month end and people that especially those of you that are expecting to get paid, you're going to now send in your hair for revamps, right? Right? So I'm going to do like a promo ad and I know it's going to work. So next week, Monday, I'm going to start the ad. Let me start the ad next week, Monday. I'll do like a whole 1 month ad. Let me see what's going to happen. Because I've mostly done like 2 weeks max. I've never had to do like 1 month. So I'm going to do 1 month ad by next weekend. And hopefully by then I already have like my nylon and everything. So it's not going to be like a challenge. So guys, this is what the hair looks like. We're gonna be using transparent lip cap to just wrap it in like this from the bottom so that the down part of the hair is going to shrink all the way up properly. Okay. I really don't know why this hair made like it just went south on its own. So I think I have to start from the top like this and then go in. I really don't know, man. This neck is just not giving. Actually, it's not. Now let me see if I can use this other one and try to just secure it basically. Just come from the front and just secure it. Because you need it to be as tight as possible. Yeah, so you just put it in front like that. But it's torn. It's torn, so it's not going to be as the old one. So we'll just use this one to see how, because I really want the tip of this hair to be, that's like the sole aim of using this wig cap. I don't know how come it's off. I know that my baby always plays with it. She always plays with it. Yeah, just like that. We're just going to take it out on the sun to dry it. So this is what it's looking like currently. So you take it out in the sun to dry properly. And after 72 hours, you can now take it off. So like I said earlier, I'm gonna be styling a coily wig. It's actually a bouncy wig. Let me show you guys. It's colored. Like I like this color. I'm gonna wear it so you guys can see what it looks like. It's actually a bouncy burgundy wig. And burgundy has to be like my favorite color, but I think I need to try this on to see how the burgundy hair is looks like it's going to look on me. Because I've always wanted to get a burgundy hair and I've not actually like tried out a burgundy hair to see what it looks like. So let me get the hair, guys. I am so excited to show you guys this hair as well. Let me get the hair and show you guys. I really hope that they bring this light because I really want to show you guys how to style this hair the right way, like literally the right way. Okay, so this is actually very long. This is long. Where's my? Okay, I think I found it. So this is a burgundy unit, right? So I'm gonna wear it. It's actually a bouncy unit. So I'm gonna try it on, and if this looks good on me, this is actually for a client. I'm going to get it. Like I'm going to get like a proper burgundy because it's. I don't think it does. I don't think it looks good on me. It looks tacky, kinda. What do you guys think? Let me cool it out and see. I still don't think this looks that good. Because I don't think it looks good. What do you guys think about this color? You guys tell me in the comments about the color. I really don't think it's giving. Look at that. I really don't think it's giving, in my opinion. I really don't think it's giving. Maybe when I do like a lip balm, maybe, but right now I don't think it's no. Look at that. I really don't think it looks good. I don't think it's not right. Should I wear this or not? Oh, somebody likes it. Wow, it means that it looks good on me, right? Trying to do like the lift in front. So maybe with the lift, it's going to be very beautiful because I actually don't wear my wig like that. So I like to do like this lift in front, like this. Yeah. So when the lift is there, it's actually more beautiful. You get the lift, something like this, like coming close to my face, covering my eyes. Yeah, this is actually better. So I think if I'm going to style it, I'll style it that way. Style it that way. But then I think she doesn't like the lift in front, but I like the lift in front. So even when I'm styling mine, it's going to be that way, but hers is going to be without the lift. Yeah, this is what it looks like. I really don't think I'm going to get the burgundy hair yet. I like black, like any day, anytime. If I wear my black, let me get that black oily so you guys can see this and that black oily. I used to think that burgundy is my color. I could swear that burgundy is my color. I actually could, but trying it right now, I really don't think it is. I really don't think I like it. Maybe for a different hair, I would, but for this, I don't think I would. Right? I think for my curly, yeah, for this week, if I try on this week, you guys will see the difference. This is a 26 inches um coily deep weave hair and it's black. So if I should try that on, you guys can see the difference. I really don't fancy it. I really don't fancy this color. By the way, this is for that she wants me to style the strings for her. But I really don't think I just think doesn't the way to come out looking nice. Or maybe because it's not styled. So let me just try on this one. So you guys will pick for me which one looks better on me. So let me take this out. The black one. So you guys can pick which one you think looks better. But I know that this one definitely is. Hi, Elisa. How you doing, baby? Thank you for joining, Elisa. Hope you're having a good evening. So, this is the back. Elisa, can you hear me? This is that I know that this will always is like any day, anytime. This always is like this always does. Look at that. It always is, always does. This is better, right? Compared to the first one. This is actually very cute. This is very, very cute. This is very, 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 very cute. You guys, can you hear me? Elisa, are you there? So, mm, mm, mm. I actually like the black more than this. I really don't think this is my color. I don't like this burgundy. I wanted to get this, but I think I'm going to get it in a curly wig, say a pixie curl. Not this, not this, but a pixie curl. If you've come across a pixie curl wig, you know it, right? So I think I'm going to get it in a pixie curl wig and not a bouncy wig. But I think left for me, I actually think the color is nice, very cute, but it's not my color. Look at that on my face. It's actually not my color. I prefer the other one. I prefer the color, this black one. And I don't mind having this in black. It's actually going to be really cute. I know it's actually going to be very, very fun, right? Because to think that this looks good on me, yeah, it means that a coily bouncy is going to be looking really, really nice. I had before one for personal use. So just like that. I know how much a lot of you like this lip in front, but you do not know how to, you know, how to go about it. So yeah, these are the week. These are the week. You guys, I just finished styling this one. This is going to come out like this. After taking this out, it's going to look this way. Because when I styled it, it was looking really straight like this, but in black. So then it's going to because I braided it. Although I didn't, I actually using Hawaiian silky and my hair moves to define this. All right, and I actually just brushed it out. But with this, I braided it. So there are several ways for you to revive your curls. It mustn't be one way. So it depends on how loose, how long the coil is. So if you've actually like, if the coil has lost its texture, if it's no longer coily, because right now I am beginning to regret why I got this wig in 26 inches. I really wanted to get it in 30 inches. I really don't know that I was going to be able to rock the 26 inches, but all my long hairs, the longest of them is around 26. So my bone straight and others, they're around 26 inches. So I'm supposed to be styling this wig, right? Supposed to style this wig next. Where's my silk comb? Thought I had it here. I'm actually looking for my tail comb right now. So I'm supposed to be styling this week. Okay, I think I took it in, took it back. So I'm supposed to style after this. But I just said, let me show you guys this one first. Right? This is mine. And I really like how it looks on me. So even if I'm going out, the only thing I need to do on this week now is to just basically use my hot comb, right? Use my hot comb. That's why I always tell you guys to get your hot comb, get it at home, so you don't have to go to the salon all the time. Now all I have to do is just go in with my hot comb like this, flatten this part, right? Flatten this part, and you can see how flat is looking like. Look at the difference. The difference is clear from this section. So you just go in with your hot comb and you flatten it like this. Although this hot comb, I'm not forgetting for how defined the hair is already. You can actually use the bottom, okay, because this part is really, like hot. This is the part that is usually hot. So you just go in like this and you flatten it properly and see how beautiful it looks, right? So you just do this. Look at here. You can see the clear difference between this flat and this is not. So you just go in like this. Okay, you flatten it like that. You flatten it like that. Okay, and you can now use the bottom to just lay flat. You can see how flat is looking. Alright, can use your hand to just arrange it properly. Okay, just like that. You raise it up like this first, and then the next thing you want to do is to go in your comb. Alright, and you just simply flatten it like this. So this is not at the middle. Let me get to the middle of your face. So yeah, just like that, just like so. And look at, this is what we have. Okay, this is what we have. Just like this. So even the back looks really, really nice behind, just like this. So curly hairs are like that hair that it doesn't require much for you to maintain. It's actually more like it's a low maintenance type of hair. You don't have to go to your hair salon all weekend. Every weekend you're at the hair salon. They can actually just make use of your hot iron and you're good to go. Look at that. I didn't even have to use it too much. I didn't even have to like plug in my hot iron. It's actually really cold. Like it's cold. Like look at, I can hold it. There's no heat on it. But then look at what it did. Now to think that if there's heat, it's going to do better, right? So just like that, you can style it however it is you want. And then this burgundy hair, we're going to be styling this burgundy hair as a bouncy unit because it's actually a bouncy unit. As you can see clearly, it's layered, right? It's layered. So we're going to be styling as layered wig, alright? We're going to be styling it. I'm basically just waiting for power. So as soon as power comes up, we're going to just style. And by the way, I need to make my baby's food. Just show some wake up. I can feel it. I think I like this burgundy, but it's so painful that burgundy will not look good on me. There's a different shade of burgundy, but this is the light kinda. So there's like a darker shade of burgundy. I don't know what that's burgundy. This is wine. I think this is wine. I think I've tried to look really good on me, unlike the regular black hair that I'm used to. So I promised myself I was gonna get a very, very, very dark shade burgundy wig, which of course I'm still going to get. For right now, I actually think that wigs are expensive. It's not like there's a particular time, there's an exact time you should get wigs, but I actually think that it's currently the rise in prices of wigs are overwhelming. So it's either I pay in installments, or I just save up and just get it. You get it right? When I got this one, I think I paid 3 times. Yeah, that was before I had my child. Because now there's more responsibility. So you literally cannot actually, like, you can't just stand up and just take money and just buy stuff. You need to be very calculative about it. So yeah. You need to be very calculative about it. So anyways, I'll be styling this burgundy. This baby. Phew. I need to get my other mannequin head. I really need this power, to be very honest. So I can, just get right into it and start styling. But for this one, this doesn't need anything at all. This is actually very okay, ready to go. I have a bone straight by the way, so 6 inch, 36 inches, baby, and it's really, really cute. And I wear it out. I think actually that selling out that hair. Nah, I think I actually consider selling out that hair now. No, I won't even dare try it next. I would dare try selling that hair. I'm gonna protect it because currently it's worth around 450K. Mm-hmm. It's worth around 450 right now. And I think I want to get it in other colors. Maybe like burgundy. But I really don't know, man. Not burgundy. There's a particular color that I like so much that I would really want to get it in. Here, over here, colored hairs are like colored hairs are actually very. But anyways, I'm still very careful. Whatever I set my mind to do, I always do. So I'm gonna get it, but maybe not now. Maybe after my ad. Or maybe I should do something. But then I'm just stuck. If I should run an ad now and I start getting orders, I'm most likely not going to be able to have nylon factor. Or I run ads now. So Monday, is it this Sunday that I'm supposed to collect? Yeah, I think it's this Sunday. When it's 26th, today is 15, right? Today is Wednesday, Thursday 16, Friday 17, Saturday 18, Sunday 19, Monday 20. So I really don't know if it's this Sunday or next Sunday. I think it's next Sunday. Is it 15? I really don't know what day this is. I just know when to start running my ads. I think every third week or fourth week rather, I'll start running ads. Like the fourth week of every month, I'll just start running ads. Yeah, it needs to help my, yeah. My social media, my Instagram. I'm going to use that. I'm going to run it for 4 weeks. After all, it's risk. So we're gonna take that risk. I'm going to do it. Hmm. I'm skeptical, but I'm going to do my calculation properly, and then I'm going to know which one I want to do, which of the ads that I'm going to do, because I'm going to do like a whole 1 month ad. So I target first week, second. So I target first week, second week, and yeah, towards the ending. First week, last week, and then like that. Mm. So every first, last week of the month. Mm, mm. So my guys, I'm actually thinking deep about this thing. Anyways, as soon as power returns, I'm going to just start this one. So I'm just gonna keep the hair aside to dry while I just bring my other mannequin head. Just in according to my baby, she said put it in. She would say put it in, mommy. So I'm just gonna get my other canvas head and just start styling. Hi, we how you record. Hope you're having a great day. What is it, record? What did you type? Let me see. For you all that have not seen my face up close, I'm watching. What? I'm not gonna show this comment to be very honest. I'm gonna hide it. Record. How would you do that, please? How would you do that? For those of you that haven't seen my face up close, this is what my face looks like up close. Ta-da! Anyways, it's looking like they're not gonna bring back the power today, but I'm going to prep just in case they do. Oh, guys, guess what? You guys, they just brought back my power. Thank you, Jesus. So I'm going to style the hair now. Oh my god. You guys. Oh my god. You just brought back my power. I'm super excited. So I'm going to start styling this to now. Like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I think I plug my phone. Let me plug in my phone. I don't know why it keeps happening. So, and then I'll pick it up and I'll start working. He just brought back my power. I'm so excited. Thank God I didn't give up. I almost gave up. Like, I almost gave up. I thought I was, you know, just stop styling. But I'm glad I didn't. I'm really, really glad that I didn't. So I'm going to be styling this burgundy unit. Yeah, let me just raise this up. So I'm going to be styling this burgundy unit now. Let me do the second. Um, you guys, can you hear me? So I'm going to be styling this burgundy unit now. And yeah, let's go right into it. I'm so happy that Yeah, I like to be very honest. Like you said, this style for this one, so I'm going to just basically pin it. Okay, so I'll pin and then we get right into it. You already know how we do it. We make sure to comb out the hair and take out the styles on the room. Now, please, pin. Okay, so please, pin here just in front to make sure that the hair is in place. Always make sure to pay attention to the middle part of your hair. So if you pay attention, there's three lines here. There's this one, there's this one, there's this one. Now the one in the middle, that is the one you're going to just like this. Now to properly define the middle part, you can see that the middle part is kind of covered. So we properly define it. Okay, make sure the opening here and you comb. Yes, you open it and you comb to separate the part of the head. Okay, just like that. Always make sure of that. Now, I'm going to with a hot comb for this process and also a coiling iron. Now, I'm going to show you how to properly make use of your coiling iron. For those of you that don't know how to make use of your coiling iron or your coiler, like you will call it, the first thing we want to do is to go in with our comb, hot comb, and then we plug it in. Make sure it's really, really hot. Okay, then can now define the front part of our hair, and then we now start working on it basically. Okay, so let me plug in my hot comb. I'm going to be making use the highest level of heat, which is the highest level of heat. If you pay attention, you would realize that okay, I think this thing went off. So let me try and fix it properly. Okay, I think it's working now. Is it? Yeah, it's on. So if you pay attention to this hair, you notice that basic to burgundy hair because yes to be now I want to do this, but she said she doesn't like it. She said she doesn't want to split. So I'm going to change it. Right? Look at that. She said she doesn't like split. Or I'm going to do it either way. So let me just plug the phone and increase the heat to the highest number. This is it. Now, if you're working with heat, you're most likely going to have to apply your heat protectant on your hair before working on it because, of course, you do not want to, ruin the closure or ruin the hair itself. So, let me show you the heat protectants that I make use of. And yeah, I'm going to show you the barrel as well. So, for this process, you basically just need your barrel, your heat protectant, and you're good to go. Okay, and also your wax picker. So coiling this hair is actually very, very easy if you have like the right tools in place. Okay, you have the right tools in place. Yeah. So another thing is I'm most likely going to be making use of my blow dryer, right? Because with curly waves or with bouncy waves, you want to make sure that you properly blow dry your hair. Okay. Now the answer that I'll be making use of. And this is the barrel. I think this is the tuna barrel or something. Or making use of. And then, yeah, and then my blow dryer, of course. So first thing we want to do now is to go in with our heat protectant because we're using a lot of heat on this hair. So we basically just spray it, especially at the front area. It's not so much at the front area. Alright. So just like it in the hair properly, the massage. Now the next thing you want to do is to go in with your you're going to go in with your hot comb. Now I'll show you guys the lift that I was talking about. So if you want to achieve that lift in front, it's very simple. You go in with your hot comb like this, you curve your hand so that this is the hot part, so it stays on top of the hair like this for a while, and then you're going to release it. Now, when you release it, this is what you should have. You can clearly see that this part doesn't have that lift because we didn't go in with our hot comb, right? So let's go in and you see. So this is what you have. So you just hold it down. Use this under part, right? You hold it down and then you're gonna leave it there for a while. Alright? Just like that and you release. Now you see what you have, right? So basically that's for that. Alright guys.